A warm welcome to you, beautiful souls, and to my channel, Mystical Angels Energy. My name is Kikyo, and I am deeply thankful and deeply grateful to have you here today, beautiful souls. The card decks that I use are listed in the description box below. So let us begin our angel message, a message channeled from the angels to you, beautiful souls. What would the angels like for you to know? And I feel like I have a channeled message before I actually flip the... Okay, these flew out. That's a little too many. Angels are saying keep going. Okay, I'm feeling these ones. Okay. So the angels are saying you are protected. Archangel Michael and Archangel Ariel are ensuring that your life is enriched and that every facet of your life is protected. That means emotional, spiritual, mental, physical, your financial life, every facet of your life, your romantic life, every facet is protected and is enriched and is being upgraded at this time, beautiful soul. So if you are looking for confirmation that you are indeed protected and that you are being looked after, cared for, provided for, and that all of the effort that you have invested in your life and in the improvement of your life, you are receiving back compensation. And I'm hearing back payments too. That just came, that wasn't going to be initially part of the channel message, but that just came to mind. Back payments. Okay, things that you've been, that you were owed. Okay, that could be literal for somebody, but this is, well, it is literal in every sense of the word because I'm seeing pentacles with this. So I will be pulling out the Tarot of the Divine here. So we'll see if pentacles actually appear, but Pentacles, I feel, is the overarching energy. It's like everything to coming into physical manifestation. Dinosaur, primal power, deep reflection. Beautiful soul, you are an ancient soul, and you have a lot to offer here on Gaia. Okay, you have been around for a long time. Your soul is ancient. I feel like you've had many past lives. You could have lived in Atlantis, Lemuria, Egypt, etc. Very ancient civilizations. And I feel like, you've lived many lives and you've transcended. This is what the angel's saying. You've transcended. It's like you're bridging the past with the future, and you're merging that all in this convergence in this now moment, in the present. And I feel like you will feel a little bit like, with the deep reflection, the Hermit card. The Hermit card is coming to mind, where you will have a moment where you will, I'm hearing, almost be in a trance, okay? And this is a moment where you are opening up, yes, and you are opening up to spirit and allowing spirit to come through. It's like you have a moment of peace. It's like an aha moment, an epiphany moment. I know that the Hermit card can represent epiphanies as well, because when you pause, when you stop, when you go within, the universe reveals its essence to you and reveals your essence to you. So you are tapping in with your inherent primal power. And you may actually have a revelation about some type of past life skill or talent or ability, or that could be manifesting for you. 34 could be significant. This is the energy of 7. Once again, the energy of going within. So yes, going within. We see the moon. You may really like dinosaurs, but dinosaur is your first totem animal, and I feel the overarching totem animal. Wow, I was just thinking of this card about 20 minutes ago before I even started this message, and the angels were saying, pull out the this animal oracle. And it was this card that appeared in my mind's eye, so thank you, angels, for this confirmation. Okay, so 7 going into 8. 7 and 8 are powerful numbers for you in this current energy. beautiful soul. So we have the rabbit, love and tenderness, and this is, the rabbit can signify as well good luck, okay, and fertile energy, energy where it's like Empress card energy, things are getting ready to manifest, birthing energy, something being birthed. We see with the number 8 that there's a balance between the material and the spiritual, the physical and the spiritual worlds, and like I said, that convergence in the present with the ancient and the modern, ancient and future, and it's all coming together. Again, with that moon energy, this is all about tapping into that inner part of yourself, revelation. The moon card is about revelation too, you know, seeing beyond the veil, something becoming apparent to you, dispelling the illusions. Can also be, once again, like the moon in the moon in the astrology, that deepest, most intimate and core part of yourself, the self that you do not show to the outer world. You may, if you're very tapped in, and you've done the shadow work, and I do feel like you, hold on a moment. I do feel as though you have invested a lot of time, as I said, in care for yourself and shadow work and becoming, getting to know yourself intimately. Okay, so this is like self-love, tenderness. The angels are saying you will feel this love for yourself. You will feel, I feel like almost like a childlike love, a pure, innocent type of love, a cuddly love. You may actually cuddle up, or perhaps you're cuddle up with a friend or family member, or this could be you cuddling up with your person, or if you are not currently with your person physically, then I feel like you will feel your person cuddle up with you energetically. This is them in the 5D making 5D contact with you, telepathic contact with you. They could be, you could experience some type of astral travel with this individual. Okay, you could astral travel to them, they could astral travel to you. It could be mutual. You could meet up in the astral realm during your dream state, or when you're, if you're in that trance state, or if you're channeling. Of course, always put up barriers. I'm going to say this, beautiful souls, take what resonates and leave the rest. If you don't feel comfortable with what I'm saying here, that is completely understandable, because, you know, we are all different and have our own path. So, because some people might not be comfortable with out-of-body experiences, etc. So, as always, take what resonates, and as always, protect yourself with barriers. I always do this before I meditate, and before that extends into these readings, because I'm grounded. I put energetic pyramids around myself. Now, you can visualize your barrier as a bubble, as a ray of white light or golden light. It can be any color that you so desire, but do not make the colors muddy, because muddied colors can signify lower negative vibrations. The colors should always be vibrant. They can be in any shade, even mixtures of colors, just as long as it's vivid and vibrant and bright colors, you know, filled with, you know, vibrancy and intensity and light. Okay. But yeah, you may experience astral travel. Now, I feel like it's more your person is kind of astral traveling to you in very rare cases, in very, maybe I shouldn't say rare, but maybe that's just not a common experience for some people, but I have read about it, so I'm going to mention it here. Someone could experience bilocation, where your person could actually physically manifest. Okay, now take what resonates. That might seem a little too wild, but if you go look up bilocation, there have been reported incidences of bilocation, where somebody is in two places at once. Two places, yeah, because bi means two, so two places at once. And there could even be cases where somebody is maybe trilocation or something, you know, 3 places at once, or someone that experiences someone in several places at once. I want to say too that you could be having an experience that kind of leaves you a little bit stunned or baffled, but you will, upon deep reflection, gain clarity. The angels will say you'll gain clarity about this situation. I feel like it has something to do with like a connection to the future, and it's almost like back to the future, and then you're going to come back to the present. So take that as you will. Again, that might sound a bit wild, but I'm just going to call it out there. You will understand if you have that experience what that means to you, beautiful soul. Jaguar, again, with the moon energy and also lightning in the background. Lightning is this intense energy, but it's beautiful energy. Storms are actually beautiful when they occur, beautiful soul, because they purify the atmosphere in which they occur. They how should I say this? They release negative ions. Yes, negative ions are released at this time. And negative ions, it's an instance of where negative is actually the positive and positive is actually not beneficial for us. So like negative ions from fresh air, from the earth, from the sun, and these storms release these negative ions, which are actually very good for our health. And that's why the angels are saying it may be good to, go outside and get some fresh air. You can earth where you put the palms or the soles of your feet upon the earth. You can also make contact with any part of the earth with your body, bare skin. Earth energy, and you draw up those negative ions. You establish and ground yourself. That's a good way to ground yourself too, to clear out any type of negative or unwanted energies. And again, thank you, angels, protection and courage. Archangel Michael and Archangel Ariel, as I said, Archangel Michael is taking that sword, and he is just, I feel like, doing this intimate dance. Now that might sound funny to you, might be like, well, Archangel Michael, he looks so big, so powerful, but Archangel Michael is very, nothing like that. He's like, okay, it might seem humorous, and he has a good laugh because he's lighthearted about it, but serious when he needs to be serious. But the angels are saying, it doesn't have to be serious. Again, the Duran Duran song doesn't have to be serious. So, doesn't always have to be serious, playful and light. I feel like Archangel Michael and Ariel encouraging you to have a good laugh, maybe to watch something that's funny. And that's how you protect yourself too, by putting yourself at a different vibration. If you are being plagued by any negative energies, or if you feel like there's anything negative around you, you can always see that negative energy, that negative entity, or even literally, you can visualize even a negative physical person in a funny situation, kind of put them in a funny situation, something that makes you laugh. Like I remember reading in the one book a long time ago, back in the early 2010s, and the woman was saying a great visualization for psychic protection was to imagine, if you're encountering demonic energies, to imagine the demon, she said, in a funny context or situation. She said she would visualize the demon in a baby stroller. What she said that does is it puts you, it's like an elevator. Instead of being on the, ground level or basement level, you are then raising your energy and your vibration. So it's like you're on a different floor. It's like then you go above the demonic or the oppressive or the, the negative energy of any kind. So that's a good way to protect yourself too. So we said about grounding, we said about funny situations and barriers. The jaguar, this is very, again, with that black color. I feel like black could be one of your colors as well as blue. I'm also hearing pink because Archangel Ariel is connected with that pink energy. Archangel Michael is connected with blue. We have the black energy, and I'm hearing Archangel Azrael, because Archangel Azrael is, I've seen depictions of Archangel Azrael cloaked. Okay, so I'm sort of seeing like that black energy is like cloaking, again, with going very deep within. Black and white are very, very powerful energies and colors, and some don't perceive them as color. They can say, well, truthfully, it's not color because white is the culmination of all colors, at least as in terms of light. Now, when you're thinking of that as in terms of mixing colors physically, I believe white is the opposite of that, is the absence, and then black is actually the culmination of all, and then black with light is the absence of color, but we perceive them as two distinct color entities, so I take them. I still say they qualify. So this could be a message too of, you know, you are qualified and you are becoming qualified, but you are qualified in this life, beautiful soul, just because you exist, okay? Now, that doesn't mean, you know, we take advantage in any way. Of course, we always have to keep ourselves in check, you know, and we have to take accountability where we take accountability, where we need to, and we have to acknowledge that. So that could be coming up here about, you know, you are worthy, you are deserving, but make sure you always take accountability as well, you know, because entitlement is never a healthy energy. Never. You know, we always want to keep ourselves in check, and we also want to check our reality to ensure that anything that within our reality, you know, sometimes I think that's good to reevaluate our situations. You know, is something good for me? Is something healthy for me? Do I need to let this go? Do I integrate this? Is what is coming up? Do I integrate this? Okay. So I feel like with that third eye activation, okay, it's like, and her eyes are closed, and again about that central dance, and I didn't continue that with Archangel Michael. I see him like dancing, almost like dancing around you and taking that sword and maneuvering it, and he's cutting ties, and then Archangel Ariel is, you know, helping to ground you and lift you up. So the Jaguar energy, I feel like with the Jaguar energy too, it's powerful insight and connection. Third eye opening. I'm hearing you may see 1717 or 717. This can represent that you are headed in the right direction, and all those sevens to represent that you're going deep within. With the one, combined with the one, this is all about bringing that forward. Like the magician, you are the oh wow, I love when I do this. Okay, I love when I do this. I get so and it never fails to surprise me. It's like childlike awe and wonder, and that's good. That's good that it always does that, because it confirms to me that I'm tapped in. Yes, Archangel Azrael is here. Beautiful. And I said transcendence. I said that you wouldn't be who you are without what you have overcome. Own your story. Exactly. You know, your past, it is a part of who you are. It is important. It is important sometimes to go back, to go within, to reflect. Don't live there, though. Okay, that's what Archangel Azrael is saying. You know, what you have been through is what you have overcome. And own your story. And you can rewrite your story at any time. You can turn that car around at any time. Never allow someone to tell you that you can't turn that car around at any time. You can become different. You can become better. You can own up. You can glow up at any time in your life. It does not matter any type of social imposition is what I'm hearing. Anything imposed on you, some type of social construct, belief. You can own up and show up and glow up at any time. You know, you can heal at any time in your life. God can work miracles, and if you choose to connect with the universe, with source, however you define God, if you define God, or if you just believe that, you know, God is your higher self, the energy within you, none are incorrect, all are correct. It is all up to you how you interpret your connection with yourself and with the divine. But once you choose that energy, you begin to make shifts and align with that energy, and nothing is impossible with God. All things are I'm possible. Okay, so Archangel Azrael is connecting you too, I feel like, with that Phoenix energy. This is Scorpionic energy, Scorpio energy, Scorpion energy, but this is Phoenix energy, which is actually the highest mascot and symbol of Scorpio. The other two being the first, the Scorpion, the second, the Eagle, and the third, the Phoenix. All right, who else is here with us? And the Phoenix is helping to burn away all that needs to go and to revitalize you. You are transcending, and you may feel like you are transcending in multiple facets of your life. Okay, take that as it resonates, beautiful soul. Archangel Jeremiah, wow, again, with the personal responsibility, because I said about accountability. Take responsibility for your choices. This is an opportunity for inner growth. So the angels are saying, love yourself, be tender with yourself, and you are connected with your special person. Remember to always keep yourself in check, okay? Because sometimes we like to try to keep others in check, and that is, that is okay. And to point out something that, we don't feel good about. But make sure that you keep yourself in check too, okay? Because there has to be a balance, okay? And it's as Yeshua said, so I'm going to bring that up here, if you, cast stones, the first one to cast it, well, you better make sure that you have not done something that is, But that doesn't mean that you don't have boundaries. That doesn't mean you don't point that out to people, okay? Because that's also part of personal responsibility. We have to be brave sometimes and stand up to people. We have to speak out. We have to stand up, because if we don't do that, then they will continue to take advantage of us. And maybe that's how you need to be personally responsible for your energy and yourself. Maybe, though, take that as it resonates as it is too, because maybe it's not healthy. You're not in a healthy situation, beautiful soul, to do that. But there's other ways that you can, exercise those boundaries. And remember to keep standing in the energy of your own empowerment and sovereignty, because when you do that, the universe will meet you halfway. But this is, an opportunity for you to grow, to improve upon the content of your character, and to become better. And you are protected in this journey. You may actually need to clear out some type of negative behavior within yourself. That may be hard for some people to hear, but we must evaluate and reflect deep within ourselves, okay? Otherwise, if we don't go through challenges too, beautiful souls, we will never grow, okay? We will stagnate, and that's not healthy or good, okay? Final angel for us. Wow, Archangel Jophiel again. And I love how, different card decks mirror the previous card decks, and this is how I know I'm tapped into. I love it. I love it. And I feel like you will have moments like that, beautiful soul, where you will think something or say something, and then you'll have confirmation. And I've seen several people say, and I'm going to say it here, I've seen certain individuals on YouTube who do prophetic words. Okay, I've clicked on tarot readings and I've clicked on prophetic words. Even though I'm not a Christian, I'm not an adherent of any particular religion, but I do, there's the way I perceive it for my own self. Now, again, I'm not telling you who to be. You have your own journey and your own way of perceiving things, but I'm just going to share this a little bit here. Like, I find that there are things within religions that I think keep people held back and that are negative, or even, some things that I find that are evil. But there are things that I find that are good too. So, I'm kind of like a little bit like a wanderer, kind of like go in, kind of come out, but I, am open. So I click on prophetic words too, because I'm open, and I'm open to hearing the message. And if I feel that a message is applicable to me, just because somebody is from a different religion doesn't mean I'm going to stop myself. I'm gonna come there. I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna hear what you have to say. If I feel called to do so, and that's great. That's wonderful. To be open like that and to be flexible. So that might be a message for you as well, beautiful soul. Even if like someone is from a different background than you or has different beliefs, if you remain open to maybe some type of truth that they are, their truth that they're communicating, and if you remain open to that, don't just maybe walk away just because you're not an adherent of something, or like maybe you're of the Hindu religion and you click on a a Christian message like I did, or you are a Buddhist and you click on something from a different background, or maybe you have Islamic faith or Jewish faith and you click on a Hindu message or a Buddhist message. You see what I mean? But you don't allow that to restrict you. You still hear what that person has to say, because I feel like there's something within that may be of benefit to you. But in some of those prophetic words, the women were saying that God always confirms in threes. So you will, you might have experiences where you will receive that confirmation basically 3 times. 44 on the battery, and also 10:55 a.m. is the time at which I am recording this message. So 10 for the beginning again of another cycle, but it's not just a brand new one, it's a one with a 0. Okay, so that 0 too, amplifying that 1, could mean the amplification of personal responsibility, because 1 kind of reminds me of that, taking personal responsibility, owning up, showing up. You are the magician, you are the power, independence. So the 0's amplifying that, connecting you to your core. And then we have that 55 energy again for change. 5s too can represent challenges in the tarot, but when we overcome those challenges, just like the 5 in the numerology, because 5s in numerology represent freedom. Okay, freedom and changes and being open and adventure and exploration. But 5s in the tarot can often be challenging. But when you embrace those challenges and you confront those challenges and you don't turn away from them, which is a part of shadow work. I feel like those challenges too could signify shadow work and parts of yourself that you need to work on. Okay, so when you confront those and embrace those, embody those, and then transcend, you don't have to stay there. You don't have to stay in that state. You transcend and transmute those energies with Archangel Zadkiel, the divine alchemist, because that's what alchemy is truly all about. Understanding something, embodying that thing, and then if you feel it's called to stay, you integrate that and bring it to the light and utilize it for the highest good. Or you have Archangel Zadkiel burn that away in the violet flame because it no longer serves or resonates with you. It was holding you back, and you cut those ties with Archangel Michael, and you move forward into the light with courage with Archangel Ariel, because she is the Archangel of courage. So there's that. Now we go to Archangel Jophiel. We saw we had love and tenderness, and I feel Archangel Jophiel, who helps you to love yourself. Trust the unfolding. There is no wrong path, only choices that take you closer to or further from love. Indeed, you are being guided in the direction of love and tenderness, and being open, being honest and real with others and yourself in every sense of the word. Okay, and self-love too is sometimes about getting ourselves in check as well. Okay, and making sure that we too, that it's not just our friends and family members, it's not just our partners, it's also us ourselves in some way. If we can look deeper, we will see that, it doesn't mean that you're doing the same things as them, or that you've done what they've done. No, they're responsible for their own actions. And like I said, sometimes we, have to establish boundaries with people. But the thing is there some type of subconscious belief that is causing you to manifest situations? Just take one example, is like if someone says to themselves, the reason I, all they say to themselves, all men are negative, or men are, and you see that online too with a lot of women, oh, men in general, all men, they're just so toxic. But if you believe that, okay, you will continue to attract toxic men, right? Because that's coming from a core belief. Now, that could have came from a past life, that could have come from, experiences you've had with other men. It could come from, your parents, maybe they had a bad relationship or something. It could come from, peers, teachers imposing their beliefs upon you, etc. Wherever it stems from, okay, it has been taken root in your subconscious, and you continue to manifest from there. because the conscious mind is like the tip of the iceberg. The subconscious is basically the bulk of the iceberg, what you don't see below the surface, which we see that with the moon card in deep reflection. Like the moon is like everything below the surface, and it's massive, perhaps even more massive than the solar, than the sun and the astrology. Some people place high significance on your moon sign, sometimes even above the sun sign, because once again, it's like everything below the surface. It's massive. It's the core of you. And if you come to understand that and you can see beyond the veil with the moon, you can transcend that, right? Okay. So that's just one example where you may, and that might be too, again, linked back to personal responsibility, where you need to take responsibility that, well, you're attracting these people into your life because of this core belief. Or you could be operating from an energy that is unhealthy, and you're attracting then in turn unhealthy people. So, once again, take what resonates, and this could be triggering to some. So once again, try to see these things from a higher perspective, the angels, and I am just, helping you to become better. And, we love you so much that we're giving you the core truth here. So, but Archangel Jophiel is saying, love yourself, know that you are worthy, that you are deserving, and once again, you can turn that car around at any time. Again, with the golden light around each archangel's head, this signifies enlightenment. And so you are being enlightened at this time, beautiful souls. And you understand, what needs to go to within you, okay? As she says, there's no wrong path. And Archangel Jophiel, too, is the Archangel of Beauty, connecting you with your own brand of beauty, your own inner self, okay? So I'm going to draw just a couple tarot cards because I see that this message is getting closer to approaching 40 minutes. We're on 32 at the timer right now. Okay, yeah, 5 of Swords. Ooh, and 7 of Swords. Okay, so Page of Coins. There's a new day incoming. There's a fresh dawn, a fresh start. Again, about turning that car around. The Page of Coins too, this is the Page of Pentacles. So, okay, yeah, angels, we drew out Pentacles. We drew out something from Pentacles. Thank you. And we also have Swords here. Okay, so with the swords represent the mental state, okay? And again, with swords, Archangel Michael, cutting off those things. Now, the 5 of Swords could represent, okay, things that need to go. This is Set, this is Isis, and that is Horus. And in the description within the booklet for Yoshitani's Tarot of the Divine, Set is obviously representing the abusive, the tyrannical, and he's gloating over Isis, that he has dismembered. As you can see, there are body parts here, dismembered her husband, her twin flame, Osiris, and they are also, Set, Nephthys, and Set is partnered with Nephthys, married to Nephthys, and Set, Nephthys, Osiris, and Isis are all siblings, okay, so they're related. So Set, out of jealousy and hatred for his brother, dismembers his brother, puts, I think there's a couple different versions of that, but puts his brother, tricks his brother into a box. Osiris lays down the box, he nails the box shut in the coffin, sends his brother out to sea. Basically, this kills Osiris, I believe, and he finds his body Set and dismembers him. Isis, of course, weeps. She's in despair, as we can see here. In this card, it's depicted, the depiction here with the 5 of Swords is that Set is gloating over Isis, but Horus represents her hope. And I don't think we saw that, but I had seen that at the bottom of the deck before I had shuffled the cards. It was the Robin. It said joy and hope. So Horus actually challenges and confronts Set, and emerges victorious and becomes the new god king. Okay, so it's kind of a little bit, if you think of like the Lion King, okay, like Mufasa and Simba and Scar. That's basically, it's very reminiscent of that mythological story there. So, but Isis finds the parts along with her sister Nephthys. She works her magic, resurrection magic, revives her husband, and they make love, they conceive Horus, and that's how he rises again. So Isis emerges triumphant, and she finds that power within herself and moves beyond the grief and despair. So that could be a message for you. And once again, that if you have had those experiences yourself where you feel someone has gloated, you will emerge triumphant. That, again, I said with that, it's like the past and the future and then converging in the present. So something infertile energy with the rabbit there too, like giving birth to this new timeline, to this new version of you. But the Five of Swords can represent, once again, those type of energies and someone else operating those energies. But Five of Swords is often written to be, once again, getting yourself in check. It's about winning something through a method that is less than honorable. Was it a real victory, or is it actually a hollow victory, an egotistical victory? And this too, I feel like, is representing, like, how are you misusing your own energies? Okay, how are you stealing energy from yourself? Okay, this could be twofold message again. Twofold messages in, look at things around you, okay, and you had experiences like this, because Seven of Swords represents something being taken from us, stolen from us, thievery, trickery, deception, and okay, Five of Swords can be a little bit of that too, deception with ourselves and everything. Okay, so in order to become, to transcend, okay, once again, we must see these things within ourselves. This message too here is about taking a good, hard, long look at yourself as well, and how you may have attracted certain situations, okay? And again, too, this is about being protected, knowing you are not alone through this journey, because like that, I feel like that shadow lurking in the background, and it's, there are beings in this matrix, and they're going to try to wield your insecurities, your weaknesses against you, but just like Set did, try to lord that over Isis, like, oh, look, I'm triumphant, I did this to my brother. But, when you can own up, again, own your story, own up and show up and glow up, and as we see that here with the Page of Coins, and I will go back to that again, Page of Coins too is about learning. In Radley Valentine's Archangel Power Tarot cards, the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Ariel, it's connected with Archangel Ariel. It says clever, I believe, balanced, and it has a young woman in a library and she has books. Okay, so again, I feel like this is that message of, maybe something you read in a book or something you hear from someone, but it's going to come from a different type of background, something you may have been resistant to before. Or maybe just if you weren't resistant to it, just maybe something you wouldn't typically click on or read, but it's going to allow you to help you transcend and to become even better, stronger, and to really show up and glow up, and improve the content of character. Okay, so I feel like too, something was siphoning and stealing your energy as well, or some type of negative belief. Once again, like if you believe that all men are negative, then you will, you can't find a good man if you are operating from that type of energy. So you must realize that, once again, you get to own the story. If you desire a partner that is, healthy, ask yourself if you're sabotaging yourself too with your own core values and beliefs, okay? Because you manifest from that space. So how do you change that space? You say, okay, I see you, I know you're there. You're trying to protect me from experiences that are like that again, but you're not a healthy You're not a healthy thought form. The swords represents the mental realm. You're not a healthy thought form. So I call upon Archangel Michael, I call upon myself to cut these swords with that belief. And I ask Archangel Zadkiel to help me transmute that belief and to let go of that belief, burn it in the violet flame. And now I choose to believe that, yes, men are healthy. There are men out there that are healthy, just like there are women that are unhealthy. It has nothing to do with, someone's sex or gender. It's an individual choice. Okay, so know that you are deserving and worthy of a healthy relationship with a man, with a woman, with any gender you resonate with. Okay, but you deserve that. So tell yourself that you have someone healthy and that you have someone deserving. But that's just one example, okay? Or you could be literally doing things, again, that mirror what someone else is doing to you in your external reality. You could be doing things, or if you're not doing those same things, okay, then you are operating from some type, the reason that they're present is because of some type of subconscious belief or lack of empowerment. And so the angels are saying, take back your energy. Take back your energy. That's what the Page of Coins here too is about. It's about a fresh start, a fresh breath of air, taking back your energy. And we see that with Dinosaur. You are the power, beautiful soul. That's the beautiful message here, is that you can take back your energy with the Seven of Swords. If you feel like it's been stolen from you, you could take it back. Take it back. It is never too late to turn that car around. It is never too late to become a better person. It is never too late to make yourself healthy. It is never too late, okay? You are the power. You are a co-operant power. 11:11. It literally is 11:11 a.m. Thank you, angels. You are walking through this portal of change. And 11:11 is a manifestation energy. It is letting you know that you are, in the energy of manifestation, which it is also it can be a little bit of a warning, because it can tell you, okay, warning, you are in this very powerful vortex open, because it's like two doors being opened, right? Being open to the spiritual realms. So it's saying when you see that, congratulations, you are opening up to spirit, you are contacting intuition. 11 is a higher form of 2, which is a master number for higher intuition and connection with yourself, and that connection of your intuition with source. However, the warning is that because you are operating from this manifestation energy, right, what you do and think is what you get. So it's asking us to reevaluate ourselves to make sure that we are operating from our highest good and highest intentions for ourselves and everyone involved, because you are the operant power, but you are a co-operant power. You are co-creating with the universe and with Gaia, because you live on Gaia, and Gaia is a living entity wherever you live, and we must have respect for ourselves, but also have respect for the freedom and sovereignty of all those around us. And that's how we create a healthy new paradigm for ourselves and for this world and for all of our relationships, beautiful souls. Okay, so thank you for being here. Thank you for all the likes, the shares, the subscribes, the comments, all the clicks of the notification bell if you have done that, to keep you notified. And I love you and cherish you. The angels love you and cherish you. And until next time, beautiful souls, bless.